Good morning, folks. Time for another weekly update. I'm Jules. Thanks for coming back. We're recording very early in the morning so we can get this done. I have not done the drawing yet. That will be at the end of the video. So go watch the end of the video and then come back to this point. I'll wait. Ready? Okay. Congrats to whoever that was that won. Yeah, I'll be doing that a little bit later. So it is early December, and it is nice and nippy cold outside, and I'm sitting in my little room up here, and you'll notice that you don't hear the birds chirping. That's because they're still covered up. That's because they got us up at 3 o'clock in the morning because they had a little tiff, and they had an issue with each other apparently. So they were like all blah, 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 at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I get up and thinking that somebody was dead or something, and nope, they just had a little disagreement at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking, what could they should be sleeping. How could they be mad at each other? Anyway, so they're still covered up, so hopefully they'll stay quiet through the whole video. We'll talk more about all the crazy animal stuff at the end, as well as a few other things. But in the world of cross stitch, there were some things. I started the loop method this week. So those of you who have been saying, do the loop method, I did it. I do like it. It's hard to break a habit that I have of the old way that I stitch. And I'm probably still going to do that to some extent just because it's just what I'm used to. But I could see, like, if you're doing a Ronnie Rowe piece, how beneficial that would be. But I really think that it's going to be really good for a lot of my projects. I just need to keep pushing myself to do it constantly until it is literally like second nature. Early. My problem is that I don't pull a long enough piece of thread. I pull my normal piece of thread, and then when I've got to double it back, I'm like, oh, this is not very long. So I have to get used to that. And so it's going to take practice, but I can do it. I know I can do it. All right, so let's show you guys what I did work on this week. First up, we got Rainy Waterloo Place, and we are starting to show some more detail, finally. Let's pull this uphill, and there we go. So I don't know what those dark things are going to be, but they're going to be something, and they are popping out. So we're finally at a point where it's going to start showing what's what. But that's how much I got done. And that's how much I still have left to do with the page. But I was just pleased that I got to actually start on some dark stuff this week. Because I'm really tired of stitching like these same like 3 colors over and over again. So looking at something different on this piece is awesome. Yay! It's good stuff. Let's see here. Alright, then I got some Dachshund done. Worked a bit on that. Did we do this for the stitch with me? I can't remember which one we did. But there it is. I took it out of the hoop this time just because, actually I'm not really sure why I did, but I did. And so there it is. Kind of just filling in some more colors. Let's see, what did I do? Let me remind myself. Yeah, so I just filled in some more colors up in here, added some more of the different colors, came down here, added a little more there, a little bit more up top. So as you can see, it's just super colorful. I love it. I mean, it's fun to do something like this that's so colorful when, I mean, you know, if you've been watching me for a while, you know, a lot of my stuff is more muted colors, and especially like Rainy Waterloo Place. So anyway, so we got working on that, and so we're just going to keep on progressing, but I like it. It's coming along nicely. It's so colorful. All right, next up is Apothecary Shop. Apothecary Shop. And this is my current progress. So literally what I just did this week was, I think this is the end of the page, this row right here, but I just went back in and just filled in a bunch of stuff that I just, you know, hadn't done yet, which was very needed. And you can see coming along very nicely. I know that this isn't the bottom of the page either. I think it's like more down here-ish. But there's so much of this light color to do down here that I just want to get all this top stuff done first. But as you can see, it's coming along very nicely. Yay! Let's show all that. So than that. Ooh. All right, all right, all right. What else we got? Got some Boba Fett. What did I do in Boba Fett? I did all this. I did some of this stuff at the beginning of the week. I'm like, well, what did I do? Okay, so, I found that one color that I've been missing, and I filled that in and did a little bit more. Let's see what it looks like when I hold it up. As far back. Well, it's still hard to say what's going to show up. I don't know why I've, like, suddenly got, like, obsessed with doing the bottom of this piece, but I think part of it is because when you're looking at it, that's where some more of the design aspects come out. So for some reason, I'm just like, I want to do this first. I really need to go back up top and start working my way back down. So maybe I'll do that this week. But if we look closer, but I mean that's a lot of work done in the last, like, I think 2 or 3 weeks, probably 3 weeks. When I took on that trip to Florida was when I really kind of made some progress on it, made some good progress on it, but still hasn't quite popped out yet. So. But it's emerging. What do I got? Now, Reaper. Didn't do any work on Reaper. Sorry, guys. Okay. It as well. Got some more progress done it as well. This is going to be so pretty. My Big Toe Designs does some of the nicest looking things. At least that just really ring with me. And I just really enjoy stitching. So I almost have gotten this whole motif done. Or not motif, but this whole part of the design done. I just went across, did a little bit more here, and then came down here to start the second row, because there's just these 2 rows just all riding all the way across. And I don't have the picture up here, but I'll have to try to do that next week. But anyway, so it's coming along very nicely. The colors are very complementary. Wow, there we go. Coo. All right, what else we got down here? Stormtrooper. Didn't work on Stormtrooper. Old World Map 2. I'll tell you what, let's look at... I did do a little bit of work on... Holy cow! On Wonders of the World. It's so funny because I have this massive amount of fabric and then I just got these tiny little stitches. But what I did do was I got that graphing pencil. Sort of a graphing pencil. Very fine tipped. I'll show it to you guys in a second. And it does absolutely help me be able to see what I'm doing here. So that's all I've gotten done. But I got a little bit more up here done. Added a color in. I know it's not much, guys. I know it's not much, but I'm working on it. I got some new needles, which I did not bring up here, but I bought some new... We were at Michael's last night. I'll tell you more about that later. But one of the things that we were doing was, or what that I was doing, was that I was trying to find some smaller, tinier needles that would work better on this 25 gauge piece. And so I'm going to try those out here this week. I was also there for one color, because I needed one color to make a decent bit of progress here. And all the bins were, I mean, probably 95% of the bins were full, except the one that I needed, of course. And so that's always my story when I go to Michael's. For whatever reason, it's like they always don't have the color that I need, and it's crazy, because it used to be the only place that I went to, but then as time has gone by, it's just... So I usually get my stuff from Hobby Lobby, which is honestly closer to me, and I need to stop by tonight. Will I be able to? Maybe, I hope I can. We'll see. But I need one color, and to really start making some progress. But we're going to put that back in its little project, in its big project bag. All right. Let's go pull out Old World Map 2. And we got some good progress done on this one. Filled in some more colors. As you can see, now all that's left is the bane of my existence, which is filling in all these little bits everywhere. Honestly, I don't think it's going to take all that long this time, because I did do a better job of marking and highlighting, but I'm so close to finishing this page. I mean, it practically looks finished right now. So let's look at it. If we pull it back, look how pretty. It's so pretty. I gotta be able to see. So, but it's so pretty. So I'm super excited. So Old World Map 2. Can I take it down? Let's tape. It's foolishly taped to Apothecary Shop. Foolishly taped, because I'm such a great organizer and maker of things that look nice. Not really. Alright, let's close up. Let's look at this for a second. Alright, so as you can see, this is what it looks like. That was about the most obvious statement that I've ever said, except for the one that I just said about being obvious. All right, so let me look at this, and then let me look at this. Where are we? So we're multis in, so the IN, and then losis. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so okay, if you can see, we're doing this section next. So there's these, I'm not sure if these are columns or what these are right here, but they're right there. So we're going to be doing this section next. There's going to be a lot of colors. Well, sort of. It's going to be a lot of that blue-green for a bit, and then more of that. I don't know, we're going to see. We're getting closer and closer, though, to finishing the top row of this piece. So multis and losis. So we're literally like right under my finger right there. So, I mean, we're absolutely going to finish the top row in 2019. That's for sure. And then this is going to be gorgeous. And then we're going to come back down here and just keep working on row 2. But it's awesome. I'm super happy. Super happy. I'll put this up when I'm done. All right. But anyway, so as you can see, I just got to fill stuff in. And then we'll be starting on the next page. I'm sore for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, so got that done. And that's my update as far as the stitching stuff. Well, sort of. Let me show you the pencil. So it's this. I'm trying to get out of it so that I'll put a link to it down below. Can you guys see? It wants to focus on my face. Anyway, what it says is Graphic Gear 500.3 something something. And so it's got a very, my darn head's in the way. Let me go right up here. Anyway, sorry guys, I know you can't really see it. I'm not really sure how to show it. I'll put a link down below if I can find it, say like on Amazon or someplace else. I'll put a link down below. But this is actually really, really cool because there's just no way that it's going to stay. It's just pencil. It's not going to stay on the fabric. You're going to be able to mark it, and then it's going to come off very easily. But this works really great for those smaller projects, you know, like your 25 and above count. And so I think it's going to be a real help in the Wonders of the World project. And it's nice because even if I make a mistake, I bet you I could just, I don't know, I'm not sure if I could just rub it out or if I had an eraser or I don't know what, but it's just so much easier to make finer lines. So who knows, maybe I'll start using this for more of my projects and we'll see how it works. But I mean, as it stands, this is what I've currently been using, the Fine Point Mark Begone. And it works really well. And it's fine if I'm using like 18 count, 14 count, that kind of thing. But you know, for the really fine stuff, it doesn't work. It just smears too much, and it's not accurate. So, anyway, so the reason why we were at Michael's last night was because we're getting my husband's parents, my in-laws, my mom and dad. We're getting them their project framed. So we went last night to do all that, and so we're pretty excited about that. And picked that out with the help of the lovely ladies in the framing department. They were very, very kind and very, very sweet. And so we got that done, and I picked up a couple things, except for the floss I needed. And so, but everything there is good. But I gotta get a lot of stitching done this week. I say that every week, but you know, I gotta get back on some of these projects that I haven't been working on. I wanted to work on baseball last night, but I was just tired and wasn't in the mood to stitch, so we just played video games, which is what we've been doing not every night, but we've been doing most nights lately. So we gotta get some serious progress made on these things. But tomorrow I got nothing. Tomorrow, my day off, I got nothing, so I'm gonna stitch like the wind. But yeah, that's that. And what else did we do? Oh, so anyway, go back to our amazing Saturday. We spent a lot of time out on Saturday instead of being home stitching. But we don't get out. I don't get out very often and do these kinds of things. But we went out to this place here up in Denver, and it's called Blue Pan Pizza. and it was Detroit style pizza. Now, I had never heard of Detroit style pizza, and I'm not going to be great at describing you exactly what it was, but basically it's a lighter crust, although it's a thicker crust, but the crust is very light, like almost like a garlic bread type, but better, softer, better. It's really tasty, but super light. And then they use a really good sauce. And then the top, like they don't use like a ton of, at least the pizza that I got, there wasn't like a ton of cheese on it. Oh man, my mouth's watering thinking about it. It was called the Brooklyn, which won them some sort of international pizza award at some point. But it was these little pepperonis and then just big dollops of ricotta cheese, like melted ricotta cheese all over the pizza. And oh my, it was so good. It was so good. And oh my gosh, it was like, my husband was like, nah, he likes more toppings on his pizza, and I think we could definitely get him a pizza that would be more suited to that, that would suit his taste. But oh my gosh, that was the best pizza I have ever tasted in my life. And it was so good. And you know what? And I ate it was a smaller pizza, but I ate most of it, and I wasn't like overly full. Like you always feel like, after you eat so much pizza. No, it didn't feel like that at all. It just felt great. And then after that, we went to a reptile store here in town because we're just continuing to learn more about our crested gecko. Our terrarium came, and it's sitting over here. I will show you that at another time when it is more set up. My husband built a stand for it this week. He is awesome. And it stands now like close to 6 feet tall. Like the stand is like 3 feet, and then the terrarium is like 3 feet. But the sad thing is when it came last week, it came broken. It was not, I don't think it was packaged very well because both doors weren't really secured in the front. One of the doors, and it's all glass, and the glass door had fallen out, and there was cracked glass at the top. There wasn't any this side up. There wasn't a lot of fragile. There was like one fragile sticker on one side of the box, and there wasn't a lot of, and you could see that the box had clearly been rolled a few times on top, and because it was damaged in a way. So we ordered replacement parts. I need to send, I have to send some pictures to the guys that we bought it from, so I'll see if they'll refund us a little bit. But yeah, so anyway, so those pieces should come here real soon, so we'll get that going. We've gotten a lot of other things in for it, and so hopefully this weekend I'm hoping that we can, once we get the doors, we'll be able to get the whole thing set up and then get Carter in there, so that's going to be awesome. Birds have been doing really well. That was the other thing that we did. After we went to the reptile store, we went to the exotic bird store that was literally across the street from it, so that was really cool, and they had like a separate room in the back with like another separate door, so they had 2 doors so that no bird could escape, but they had this big room with all these huge bird cages, but the thing is like very few of them were actually closed. Most of them were open and the birds were out, and they were just kind of sitting on top of the cages, or they were kind of flying from cage to cage, and whatnot in there. And a lot of those birds, some of those birds are for sale, and some of those birds are boarding, and so they're just they were just hanging out. And there's somebody that's back with them like all the time to make sure that nobody's getting any tips. But you're allowed to go back there and just kind of hang out with them. And if the birds are open to it, you can kind of, put them on your hand or your shoulder. One of the a macaw of some kind flew over and got on my husband's, like went right to my husband and like got right here, and then he was going after his glasses, he was going after his hat, and then he started trying to pierce his ear, and then he hopped on me and he was trying to like take the top of my hat off. And apparently his owner wears hats, and so the bird is obsessed with hats. So but it was a lot of fun, and it was really neat because we don't have a ton of experience with birds, and now that we have a couple of our own, we were just trying to learn a little bit more about them and kind of get some tips about what to do about this and that and whatnot. So that was pretty cool. And then we stopped by the our favorite little fish store. I got another betta, and I say it both ways, but a beautiful little blue one, which I'll show you guys later. And got some more stuff for some aquariums and got those guys set up. So Saturday was a very full day with a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't get a ton of stitching done. Things have been crazy around here, but gonna do the drawing. Gonna go downstairs and start working on that, and then hopefully get that done here very soon. So congrats to whoever won. I'll be shooting that pattern. Oh wait, maybe I should show it again. Sorry, I totally forgot about that. So what we're shooting for is Music Teacher's House by Roddy Rowe. Drum roll. So it's time for the drawing. If you made it this far, or if you skipped ahead, it's time for the drawing. And I'll see the rest of you guys. I'm going to stitch with me this weekend. And congrats to whoever wins. But let's go ahead. Let's do the drawing. Hey guys, it's Jules. It's like 12 hours later than when I filmed that video this morning. I went ahead and wrote down everybody's name that wanted to enter, and I shouldn't have done it this way. I should have like reached out to a couple people that offered help and said, hey, you want to learn how to do a drawing? And it probably would have been so much easier than what I did. I probably spent over an hour, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, let's get to the drawing, shall we? So, 268 people entered. I put them all in this stitchy bag. Got a little hole over here. Not looking. And the winner is... I can't read my own writing. Carla Roberts! Carla Roberts, you won! Whee! Alright, so, reach out to me. Check below for my email. And reach out to me, and we will go from there. And get y'all taken care of. So I'll send that to you. But anyway, thanks for checking everything out, guys. Don't know. You see how messy my desk is. I don't know if we're going to do any more of these drawings in the future. This was a very generous gift from a subscriber who reached out to me to want to donate this to the community and spread the love of Ronnie Rove even further. So thanks to all you guys for watching. And I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye.